It's a service that saves lives, and the Vancouver Island Crisis Line is getting busier. The number of calls it's getting from people in distress has increased since last week when we started reporting on the number of suicides in the Comox Valley. Dean Stoltz reports.
It's a small room in a nondescript Nanaimo building, but the calls that come in here are anything but normal. This is where people with problems, big and small, connect to someone who will potentially save their life.
I can absolutely say we save lives.
Hello, Vancouver Island Crisis Line.
The center averages 86 calls a day, 7% of which are direct threats of suicide. But last week, when Check News started reporting on what seemed like a cluster of suicides in the Comox Valley, including several young people, the phones here started ringing even more.
Anytime there's information put out in the media, whether newspaper, TV, radio, about there's somewhere for someone to reach out to, when that message gets out there, we see an increase because people realize that, oh, maybe that means me. Maybe I can call out.
Nicole Meshin has volunteered here for almost 2 years, a combination of family tragedy when she was younger and having a son now who is suicidal keeps her coming back to help others.
I have a son who is 11 years old and he has a diagnosis of autism, and we have experienced suicidal ideation with him, and also where he has acted upon those ideations. When you live it and breathe it, you definitely have that different perspective to be able to offer to other people, for sure.
They both agree the increased number of calls is a good thing. It doesn't mean that more people are suddenly having problems, just that more people are finally finding a place to turn.
It affects people of all different ages, not just adults, but I mean teens, youth, elderly people. Everybody has different stressors going on in their lives. That's the one commonality that we all share, is that we all have different stressors. So it just depends on how we are all doing to cope with that and what kind of outlet we have to, a place for support to reach out to.
We feel good about people reaching out and actually knowing the number and making that call, because the message we want to get across is don't wait until life gets too overwhelming, and we are talking about no options and suicide.
And again, the number of the Vancouver Island Crisis Line is 1-888-494-3888.